Good evening. Kristine intensifies into a severe tropical storm as it continues to batter parts of the country on Wednesday, October 23. According to Pag-asa's weather bulletin posted 5 p.m., the center of severe Tropical Storm Kristine was last spotted 175 kilometers east of Etchage in Isabela. It carries maximum sustained winds of 95 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 115 kilometers per hour. It is moving northwestward at 20 kilometers per hour. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 3 is raised in various areas in Luzon such as Isabela, Kalinga, Mountain Province, Ifugao, the central portion of Abra, Benguet, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, the northern and central portions of Aurora, the northern portion of Nueva Ecija, Pangasinan, La Union, and the central and southern portions of Ilocos Sur. Signal number 2 is raised in Ilocos Norte, the rest of Ilocos Sur, Apayao, the rest of Abra, Cagayan including Babuyan Islands, the rest of Aurora, the rest of Nueva Ecija, Bulacan, Tarlac, Pampanga, Zambales, Bataan, Metro Manila, Cavite, Laguna, Rizal, Quezon including Polillo Islands, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, and Catanduanes. Meanwhile, signal number 1 is raised over various areas in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Pag-asa says Kristine is forecast to move generally northwestward for the next 12 hours before turning generally westward. It is forecast to make landfall over Isabela on Wednesday night, October 23, or on Thursday, October 24. Kristine may exit the Philippine area of responsibility on Friday, October 25. Signal number 3 is raised in several areas of Luzon, including the province of Isabela, due to Tropical Storm Kristine, according to State Weather Bureau Pag-asa. The tropical storm is also expected to make its landfall in Isabela on Wednesday night. To tell us about the situation in Isabela, joining us on the program tonight is Kurt De La Peña, researcher and writer for INQUIRER.net. Kurt?
Good evening, Neil. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Kurt. Kurt, kamusta ang sitwasyon ngayon dyan sa Isabela, especially with the expectation or the forecast of Pag-asa na dyan daw magla-landfall ngayong gabi or bukas ang Tropical Storm Kristine?
Neil, sa ngayon dito sa Cauayan City, wala mang ulan, katitila lang ng ulan, pero ramdam ang pabugso-bugsong hangin. Pero kaninang maaga-aga pa sa ating pagpunta sa may Ilagan City, kung saan natin nakausap ang ilang mga opisyal ng lalawigan, talagang sinalubong tayo ng malakas na buhos ng ulan at malakas na bugso ng hangin. Sa ngayon, nakataas na ang signal number 3 dito sa may buong lalawigan ng Isabela, pero kani-kanina lamang, marami-rami pa rin mga sasakyan at mga tao ang makikita dito sa labas.
Kurt, ito sa mga images na tinitingnan natin, dito sa may bandang ano ba to? Saan banda ito? Sa may Etchage ba ito? Nakikita natin na mayroong mga pagbaha dito sa ilang mga areas na dyan sa Isabela.
Neil, sa ngayon, nakapagtala na ang lalawigan ng Isabela ng ilang mga pagbaha sa ilang mga lugar dito sa probinsya. Ito ay dahil sa pagtaas ng level ng tubig sa ilang mga ilog. Kaya kaninang bandang hapon, sa aking tansya ay bandang alas 2 ng hapon, marami ng mga nagsilikas, lalo na yung mga residente na naninirahan malapit sa mga ilog na sakop ng Cagayan River.
Kurt, pagdating nakita natin dyan sa background mo ngayon, parang may pakunting paghangin, mayroon tayong nakikita na, pero yung ulan parang wala, no? So, kamusta yung sitwasyon dyan ngayon at inaasahan bang lalakas pa itong mga paghangin at pag-ulan dyan sa inyong area?
Ayon sa ating panayam kanina sa head ng PDRRMO ng Isabela, inaasahang lalakas pa pagsapit ng alas 11 ng gabi hanggang madaling araw, kung kailan inaasahan ang paglandfall ng bagyong Kristine dito sa probinsya. Pero kagaya nga ng sinabi ng mga opisyal ng lalawigan, may mga lugar na mahina lamang ang bagyo at may mga lugar na talagang direktang tatahakin ng bagyo. Dito inaasahang magiging malakas at direkta ang epekto ng bagyong Kristine.
Kurt, how about yung evacuation efforts na ginagawa dyan ng local government ng Isabela para to make sure yung safety ng ating mga kababayan dyan? Smooth ba yung ongoing na evacuation dyan? Ano yung mga pangangailangan ng mga residente ng Isabela?
Neil, kaninang 2:00 ng hapon, kagaya nga ng sinabi ko, nakapag-provide na ang mga lokal na pamahalaan, lalo na yung mga sa barangay, ng mga sasakyan upang sunduin ang ilang mga evacuees doon sa mga mabababang lugar. Kagaya nga nung sa Alicia, makikita natin na inilikas na ng lokal na pamahalaan ng mga residente. Mahigit kumulang 50 tao yung inilikas kanina. Pero batay sa datos na ibinigay sa atin ng PDRRMO, umabot na sa 128 pamilya o 400 individuals ang inilikas mula sa ilang mga bayan. Lalong-lalo na mula sa mga coastal towns kagaya ng Divelacan, Palanan at Dinapide, na sinasabi nga ng mga lokal na opisyal ng Isabela ay unang tatahakin o tutungbukin ng bagyong Kristine.
Ano naman yung mga pangangailangan ng mga residente dyan sa Isabela na currently staying sa ating mga evacuation centers?
Kanina, Neil, sa ating pag-iikot-ikot, mabuti naman ang kalagayan ng mga evacuees. Sila ay nagdala na ng kanilang mga hidaan at kumot. At ayon naman sa lokal na pamahalaan ng buong lalawigan, nakapreposition na ang higit 4,000 relief packs mula sa local government ng probinsya at 12,000 relief packs mula sa DSWD. Ito ay nakahanda ng ma-distribute sa mga evacuation centers kung saan kasalukuyang nakastay ang mga residente na apektado ng bagyo.
Kanina, Kurt, nagkaroon ng briefing itong si President Bongbong Marcos para i-monitor yung sitwasyon sa iba't ibang parte ng ating bansa sa kasabay nga nitong pagtama ng severe Tropical Storm Kristine. Isa sa mga concern na napag-usapan doon ay yung accessibility ng mga iba't ibang lugar. How about dyan sa Isabela, yung mga main roads na possibly daanan noong mga sasakyan na magdadala either ng relief goods or kung ano mga pangangailangan ng mga residente dyan, accessible pa naman ba?
Sa ngayon, Neil, accessible, pero kagaya ng ibang experience sa mga nagdaang bagyo, bihira lamang yung pagbaha dito sa may Isabela. Talagang ang hamon ay yung mga nagtutumbahang mga puno at poste ng kuryente. Handa ko noong bagyong Lawin, may ambulansya na nahirapan makadaan dahil sa natumbang poste ng kuryente. Pero ayon naman sa lokal na pamahalaan ng Isabela, nakikipag-ugnayan sila sa mga barangay DRRMOs nang sa gayon ay makapagbigay sila ng paunang response sa mga nangangailangan ng tulong oras na tumbukin ng bagyong Kristine ang Isabela.
Maraming salamat, Kurt. Mag-iingat kayo dyan sa Isabela at hopefully hindi ganoong kalakas yung maging impact dyan ni severe Tropical Storm Kristine kapag tumama dyan sa inyong lugar mamaya. Maraming salamat, Kurt de la Peña.
Maraming salamat, Will.
3 fatalities due to Tropical Storm Kristine were reported in the Bicol region, according to the police. Based on the 1 p.m. situational report of the Police Regional Office 5, 6 individuals sustained injuries while 2 are missing. The police also says that the reported deaths in Masbate and Catanduanes are still being validated. Following the inclement weather brought by the tropical storm, the police says about 700 areas within the region are affected by flooding. To aid affected communities, the Bicol Police deployed more than 700 police officers who have attended to over 83,000 evacuees so far. Severe flooding and landslides hit different areas in Bicol region due to Tropical Storm Kristine. President Bongbong Marcos says the rubber boats requested by Naga City Local Government Unit and former Vice President Robredo for rescuing those stranded in flood waters will be sent as soon as authorities can safely get in the area. After the President's situation briefing on a severe Tropical Storm Kristine with various government agencies on Wednesday morning, October 23, Marcos says the government is now starting to marshal their assets that will help Filipinos affected by the severe tropical storm.
As soon as we can get in, as soon as makapasok kami. We will be doing that, and we are now beginning to marshal our assets, like for example rubber boats hanggang Mindanao, kukunin na muna namin at dadalhin namin dito sa area na pangangailangan.
On Tuesday, October 22, Robredo and the Naga LGU urgently requested for trucks, pump boats, and other resources that could be used in aiding the locals affected by heavy rains and strong winds brought by severe Tropical Storm Kristine. According to Robredo, many of the rescue trucks have become inoperable due to the flooding. Marcos assures the public that government assets are in place to assist those affected by severe Tropical Storm Kristine. Detained Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Pastor Paulo Kiboy attended the Senate probe on his alleged human trafficking and child abuse crimes on Wednesday, October 23. This was the first time that Kiboy attended the Senate hearing. Our Senate reporter Chari Abarca has the details live. Chari?
Neil, the Senate panel and women concluded its probe into Apollo Quiboloy's alleged crimes on Wednesday. The hearing lasted for more than 5 hours. Kiboy appeared before the Senate to personally address allegations being hurled against him and his church, the Kingdom of Jesus Christ or KJC. Aside from the detained pastor, the Pasig City Regional Trial Court allowed his alleged cohorts to attend the hearing. They are Jacqueline Roy, Crescente Canada, Ingrid Canada, Pauline Canada, and Sylvia Semanes. At the hearing, Neil, Kiboy's alleged victims revealed their identities as they faced off with the embattled pastor. Yulia Tortova, Edward Masayon, and Jor Olimba testified how they were allegedly exploited by Kiboy. Tortova said she suffered sexual abuse at the hands of Kiboy being his former pastoral. Pastorals pertain to women who occupy a prestigious position in KJC as they were assigned to perform personal tasks for Kiboy. Olimba, on the other hand, said the pastor tortured him. He was allegedly told to slam his head on the wall and place chili on his eyes and genitals. Meanwhile, Masayon, a self-confessed member of the 2nd Metro Davao Signal Battalion, made a bombshell revelation. He alleged that Kiboy ordered the killing of former KJC members. Kiboy, however, denied all the accusations and dared them to file complaints against him. He also said he is willing to face the charges in the proper forum. In an ambush interview, Neil, after the hearing, Kiboy said that the Senate panel and women is not the one that will decide whether he's guilty or not. He also called the hearing a mere trial by publicity. Back to you, Neil.
Shari, this hearing happened amid the cases also being faced by Pastor Paulo Kiboy in the US. May update pa tayo doon sa kanyang kaso doon sa US? Because charges have been filed in the Philippines, pero meron din siyang hinaharap na kaso separate doon sa US. So, anong update doon?
Yes, Neil, tama ka, no? Pero sabi ni Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo kanina na wala pang formal na request mula sa US government regarding extradition ni Kiboy. Pero sinabi niya na handa ang DFA na tignan at pag-aralan ang request kung magla-lodge man ang gobyerno ng Amerika dito sa Pilipinas. In terms of process naman, Neil, kagaya ng nasabi ko kanina, pag-aaralan muna ng DFA kung in compliance ba itong request na ito sa extradition treaty ng Pilipinas at ng United States, and then tsaka ita-transfer sa DOJ for proper procedure.
Chari, isa din sa mga tinitingnan dito na anggulo ay yung possible link noong sinasabing private army ni Pastor Paulo Kiboy, yung Angel of Death, doon sa Davao Death Squad naman ni President Rodrigo Duterte. So meron ba tayong tinitingnan ngayon na links between the two?
Yes, Neil. Nauna nang sinabi ng PNP na itong Angels of Death ni Kiboy ay mga armed personnel daw na allegedly harassing KJC members. Pero kanina, Neil, si Edward Masayon na isang self-confessed member nitong Angels of Death ay nag-confess na meron nga talagang existing na private army itong si Kiboy, at sinabi niya na pumapatay daw sila ng mga former KJC members sa utos nitong televangelist or alleged rapist na si Kiboy. Ang sabi niya, kinwestiyon din ni Senator Risa Ontiveros itong relasyon at koneksyon nitong Angels of Death sa vigilante group na Davao Death Squad na alam naman natin na link kay former President Rodrigo Duterte. Pero pinabulaanan ni Quiboloy itong mga alegasyon na ito. Sinabi niya na, ayun nga, mag-file na lang ng cases sa proper forum.
Meron ba tayong anything substantial na nakuha from Pastor Paulo Quiboloy? Because itong mga, as I mentioned kanina, no, may mga ongoing cases ngayon and charges against him sa ating mga korte. So, meron ba tayong nakuhang bago dito sa ating hearing aside from the denial nitong si Pastor Paulo Quiboloy against, doon sa mga allegations against him?
Neil, sa totoo lang, paulit-ulit lang yung sinabi niya, na nauna na rin niyang sinabi, na dinedenay niya itong mga allegasyon na kinakaharap niya, which is human trafficking and child abuse allegations and rape. Sinabi lang niya na haharapin niya ito sa proper forum, which is hindi daw Senate Panel on Women ang magde-define kung guilty siya or hindi.
Chari, another question na pagdating naman doon sa mga victim survivors na may mga allegations against Pastor Paulo Quiboloy. Can you tell us kung paano yung naging atmosphere dyan kanina sa Senado while they were telling their story? Kasi kanina pinapanood ko yung hearing, no, parang may mga tears were shed while they were telling their stories.
Yes, Neil, medyo naging emotional yung ibang witness, Neil, kasi for the first time, naging kauna-unahang beses na humarap si Pastor Quiboloy dito sa Senado, and for the first time nakaharap nila itong si Pastor Quiboloy na tinatawag nilang na pinaniwalaan nila na na anak ng Diyos at sinasamba pa nga nila. Pero Neil, ayun, may mga naging emotional at hindi rin naiwasan ng iba na maluha. And Neil, ayun.
Chari, now let's look at this investigation moving forward. No, this is the last time na imbestigahan ng Senado itong issue and allegations against Pastor Paulo Quiboloy. Ano ngayon yung goal ng komite ni Senator Risa Hontiveros? Because from my understanding, itong investigation na to is in aid of legislation. As sinabi nga ni Pastor Paulo Quiboloy, this hearing won't tell if he's guilty or not guilty, which is tama naman kasi this is in aid of legislation. So, ano yung magiging final output na itong komite ni Senator Risa Hontiveros, especially na may ongoing charges na and may na-file ng charges against Pastor Paulo Quiboloy?
Yes, Neil. Tama ka, no? Huling hearing na ito ng Senado tungkol dito sa mga alleged crimes ni Paulo Quiboloy. Pero inaasahan natin na sa lalong madaling panahon na magpaproduce na ng committee report itong Senate Panel on Women headed by Senator Risa Hontiveros. Pero Neil, kanina sinabi ni Senator Hontiveros na lahat tayo ay may karapatan sa relihiyosong paniniwala, pero kailanman hindi ito katuwiran sa lantarang pang-abuso sa kapwa, lalo na sa mga kabataan at kababaihan. Pinanindigan din niya at sinabi niya na sisiguraduhin ng Senado na walang puwangang batas at patakaran ng ating bansa para sa hindi makatao at hindi makadiyos na utos ni Quiboloy. Yun lamang, Neil.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Shari Abarca. That's Shari Abarca reporting live from the Senate. Davao City 1st District Representative Paulo Duterte and PBA Party List Representative Margarita Migs Nograles responds to each other's dare by subjecting themselves to hair follicle drug tests, although these were conducted separately. In a video sent by Duterte's office on Wednesday, October 23, the lawmaker was seen submitting himself to a drug test in a Mandaluyong laboratory, a day after Nograles noted that Duterte's drug test shown on Tuesday, October 22, was already outdated. Duterte and Nograles are both vying for the congressional seat of Davao's 1st District, which Duterte currently holds. Asked why he did not respond to Nograles' dare that the two of them have their hair follicle tested done in a Davao City laboratory, Duterte says he is currently in Metro Manila and would not prefer flying back to Davao just because of the lady lawmaker. Duterte adds this drug test is for the people of Davao's 1st District to see that their candidates do not use drugs.
Para sa mga tiga-unang distrito ng Davao, para makita nila yung mga candidates nila na hindi gumagamit ng droga. At papaalam ko lang din sa mga botante ng mga tiga-Davao na huwag lang yung drug testing na nyo, yung accomplishments ng kandidato, yung capacity to serve the people of Davao.
Meanwhile, Nograles reminds the public that a hair follicle test only covers 3 months prior to the test, which means illegal substances consumed before that period may not be detected. The drug testing rush between Duterte and Nograles came after Duterte's sister, Vice President Sara Duterte, dared on Tuesday, October 22, that all aspiring candidates in the 2025 elections submit themselves to drug testing. On Tuesday, Representative Duterte said that he has already taken a test, but Nograles said this was done last August and may no longer be valid. Because of this, Nograles dared Representative Duterte to do another drug test on Wednesday, October 23. Nograles also had her hair follicle test in Davao City on Wednesday. The Nograleses and the Dutertes have been bitter rivals in the Davao local political scene. While the Dutertes have maintained their grip in the local elective positions, Representative Nograles' relatives dominated the congressional seats. The Commission on Elections is eyeing to formally file charges against dismissed Bamban-Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo on Monday, October 28, for alleged material misrepresentation in her certificate of candidacy in the 2022 local elections. According to Comelec Chairman George Garcia, they will officially file the misrepresentation case in the Regional Trial Court of Tarlac.
Ang Comelec po ay official na magpapal ng information o informasyon sa Regional Trial Court ng Tarlac. Ang ibig sabihin po niyan, formal na po namin siyang kakasuhan ng misrepresentation, violation ng Omnibus Election Code.
Adds that they did not receive a motion for reconsideration from Guo when they first issued the resolution.
Wala pong natanggap ang aming law department na motion for reconsideration sa naging unang resolusyon ng komisyon na siya ay kasuhan ng misrepresentation.
The Comelec previously released a resolution adopting the recommendation of its law department to file information against Guo for violation of Section 74 in relation to Section 262 of the Omnibus Election Code. The poll body, in its previous investigation, found out that the fingerprints of Guo in their voting records and the fingerprints of a Chinese woman named Guo Huaping in the National Bureau of Investigation matched. The law department noted that Guo declared in her certificate of candidacy that she is a Filipino citizen and a resident of Bamban-Tarlac, when in truth and in fact, she is not. Furthermore, Garcia says that they will file a motion before the Regional Trial Court in Tarlac for a request to transfer Guo's trial. Guo is currently detained in the female dormitory of the Pasig City Jail. She was transferred from the Philippine National Police Custodial Facility following her arrest by Indonesian authorities in September. Guo is currently facing complaints for graft, qualified human trafficking, money laundering, and tax evasion. She is also being investigated by the Congress for her alleged ties to Philippine offshore gaming operators. These are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.